Conscious Spirit Media. Hello guys, good morning everyone. It's Benjamin on Conscious Spirit Media, and today I'm super excited. It's really amazing. I have the privilege to be with Goode here in Spain for the Ufology World Congress. It's really amazing. It has been like an amazing day, and
we're just getting started.
We're just getting started, true. It's really awesome. Oh. Thank you so much, Goode, for being with us today, for be ready to do this interview. So I'm really looking forward. We're going to have quite a few questions, and hopefully it's going to be blowing mind for the people who watch us today.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah. So just to remind you guys and to introduce you a little bit. So you spend most of your lifetime in working in a secret space program, right?
Correct. From the age of 6-7 years old, I was identified through standardized testing in school as being an intuitive empath, which is something that is highly coveted because we're able to not only interface with non-terrestrials, but we're also able to read people. So once I was identified in that capacity, they began at that young age to take me through training up until the age of 17.
Wow.
When I was 17, I was drafted into the secret space program where I spent another 20 years.
Wow. So can you just explain a little bit more to the people who just jump into this whole field today? What is the secret space program? What is the MILAB? What is it about?
Well, MILAB, it stands for military abduction. And that's kind of not a really good name for the programs, but they don't have one right now.
Okay.
Everyone probably knows of the MK Ultra programs where they were mind controlling people. Okay. Well, there were a lot of Ultra programs, and one of them was to identify people that are starseeds that don't really come from here.
Okay.
And to weaponize them.
Okay.
You know, starseeds, we come here with a mission, a beautiful mission.
Yeah.
But these negative forces identify us early and try to exploit us and turn us to the dark side.
Okay.
That was a big part of the MILAB programs. When I was brought into the secret space program, now there are a number of those. I was brought into a Navy, U.S. Navy secret space program. The Air Force has one. They're all compartmentalized from each other, don't really know about each other.
Okay.
So it's very complicated.
And does they all come from the NASA, or is it different?
No. Yeah, a lot of this originates from the Nazis.
Okay.
In Operation Paperclip, we obtained a lot of Nazi scientists who had first-hand contact with non-terrestrials that were assisting them in developing this technology.
Wow. Okay.
They developed anti-gravity technology during World War II, but they weren't able to weaponize it. If they would put cannons on them, kinetic cannons, when they would fire, you know, they would slide, it just didn't work. They had to end up developing energy weapons. And they did not get to that point until after World War II. So they couldn't weaponize that technology and use it against the Allies, the Americans, and everybody.
Yeah.
So what they did is they were given an area down in Antarctica as a refuge where they began to build out more of this technology.
Yeah.
Well, Operation Paperclip gave them a foothold into the U.S. government, and then the Nazis took over the government.
Okay.
And they wanted to take over the government because during World War II, the Americans were building 10 tanks and planes for every one of theirs.
Wow.
The industrial might was just incredible.
Yeah.
They wanted to harness that industrial might to build out infrastructure in space.
Wow.
And they were successful in doing that.
Wow. Okay. Wow. It's really blowing mind.
Yeah. It's not what we normally hear in the history books.
Yeah, totally. It's completely different. I mean, I think it must be really difficult to people to just accept this new reality.
Yeah, they can't.
Yeah.
You know?
It's difficult. So you mentioned the starseed, and actually it's awesome because it was one of my questions. Most of the time I hear people talking about, oh, we all come from the stars, we all from the universe. So what's your point of view about it? Do you think there's really human soul And starseed is really something completely different. So how we can describe it?
To some degree, yes, we all do come from the cosmos.
Okay.
When the cosmos was created, there was a finite number of souls.
Okay.
Souls are not, it's like matter and energy. You cannot create it, you cannot destroy it.
Okay.
There are a finite number of souls.
Okay.
Now, a lot of them, density-wise, were pulled to the Earth or other planets.
Okay.
Now, when we talk about starseeds, we're talking about, there are 22 genetic and spiritual programs going on right now, and have been going on since before we were here.
Okay.
These non-terrestrials, because of cosmic law, they can't just come down and abduct people and cause trauma to them. What they do is they will leave their bodies, incarnate as a human, and therefore, through cosmic law, willingly become a part of that experiment.
Okay.
That's just one component. We have others that have coming. The vast majority of starseeds are coming here. They've tried to tell us, you know, do this, and do this. You know, be more loving, raise your consciousness, but we just don't get it. There's a large group of non-terrestrials that are incarnating here as us to show us how to live, to show us how to love, to show us how to work together.
So is it the starseed? Is that what we call starseed? Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
There are a number of different types of starseeds, but the majority of the ones coming here right now in waves are coming here to bring loving energy and to teach humanity how to live, not by talking, but by example.
Yeah, like the role model, right?
Yeah.
Wow. So can we say they are kind of avatars?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they are.
Wow.
We are, yeah.
Wow.
And most likely, the majority of people watching this right now are starseeds.
Wow. Yeah.
Because they're drawn to this.
I mean, it was something really resonated with me when I heard about it like 5 years ago. I was completely shaking and just crying because I saw the videos from Barbara, you know, about the Pleiades, and I was just like crying, and I was like, what's wrong with me? Yeah. And so I think it's a process. Now, when you discover your starseed, just it starts to completely change.
It is a process. It's almost like a military thing.
Yeah.
Everybody. All of these starseeds were dropped into a hot landing zone, and when we landed, we forgot who we were. Yeah, and now all of a sudden we're rallying together, and we're like, oh yeah, I kind of recognize you.
Yeah, totally.
Don't we have a mission? Yeah, and that we're all coming together now.
And we feel something inside, like super strong,
undeniable.
Okay, I'm not crazy.
That's drawing us to this mission, and we just have to get over a lot of our own social programming and religious beliefs.
It's hard.
It is. That's really how this planet is controlled.
Wow.
And that's what we're here to transcend.
Wow. Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
So from that, I have a question. It's like really obvious, but everyone is asking me all the time, but do you really believe in extraterrestrial civilization? I want to say yes, right? There's no doubt of this. So from that, what's the link? What's the connection with extraterrestrial civilization and humans? I mean, what they want from us? What's the deal? Why they are here on the earth?
Well, it makes a lot of people uncomfortable from our way of thinking right now. But the planet Earth is basically a petri dish where 22 different experiments are going on, and the experiments are basically about ascension.
Wow.
And the two paths are genetic. They're genetically enhancing us to where we're becoming more and more capable of certain things energetically, but it's tied in also consciously. Every positive being that has visited us since the 50s has told us, find a way to expose hidden technologies and raise your consciousness.
Wow.
Become more
spiritual.
And this experiment is about both. They both work in tandem. The genetic changes they're making to us, the religions they're giving us, are all to expand our consciousness, to help us genetically grow to be a better avatar for this energetic body that we're evolving into spiritually, and to eventually become one of them. Self-manage. We will manage our own genetics, our own spirituality. We'll be a galactic species.
Wow.
And on another planet one day, there will be beings talking about these ETs that have come and are working with them, and it will be us.
Wow. So do they have an interest to help us to grow and evolve?
Yes, that's...
but I think there's like two parts, right?
There are 22 programs, but some of them are in competition.
Okay.
These 22 programs came here during the time of the dinosaurs.
Wow.
Exterminated a reptilian experiment going on here.
Okay.
That's why the reptilians are very upset.
Yeah.
And created a mammalian experiment, which is us.
So to
all across planet to planet, all over the cosmos, this is going on.
Okay.
There's a competition over fertile areas to have their experiments, their spiritual genetic experiments, and they're in competition with each other.
Okay. Wow. So yeah, my next question was like, what's going on today on the universe? I mean, what's going on Earth, but what's going on in the universe? So is it a competition with different races in the universe about what's going on Earth, like to control the Earth, or?
I can say that there's a competition like that going on in our galaxy.
Wow.
Universally, I'm probably a little bit ignorant of what's going on on the scale that large.
Okay.
But yes, what's going on is we live in a local star cluster of 52 stars. Those stars are moving and rotating. They're not static. What's occurring with our star system is we're moving into a more energetic part of our galaxy.
Wow.
And the energies are coming in through our solar system into our sun and then coming out of our sun.
Wow.
That's why we've been noticing a lot of weird behavior from the sun.
Yeah.
And one of the big catalysts to this change that we're going to have is the sun is going to have a major mass coronal ejection. It'll take out all of our technology. It'll take out artificial intelligence, which is a big problem. And they think that that's going to be the opportunity to bring all of these new technologies to us.
Wow. Do you think we're gonna live this time in this lifetime? Do you know what I mean? Do you think we're gonna see this like in the next few 10 years, 20 years, or it will happen like in 100 years?
No, I think we will see the beginnings of it, but it's going to be something that unrolls for a long time.
Okay.
But we're going to see the beginning of it. Once we find out about aliens and anti-gravity, that doesn't mean that we're going to have a floating car in our driveway or an alien coming over for breakfast.
Yeah, because everyone is like, oh, if ETs exist, why they don't show up?
Well, have you watched our news?
Yeah.
You know, we're very scary, dangerous beings.
Yeah, we are.
You know, we're very unpredictable.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
When they make first contact, if they don't delta wave us or they're not affecting us in some way to keep us under control, they keep a good distance from us.
So this is one of the good reasons why they don't show up, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like...
it's obvious. We're not like really conscious civilization. We're not really...
Unfortunately, we're not.
Unfortunately, totally.
Yeah.
Wow. I need to breathe. I'm just like, it's a lot of information. It's really.
Yeah, I mean, we've been doing 8 seasons of Cosmic Disclosure, and
it's really intense.
Yeah, if no one's familiar with that show, if you go to blueavians.com, you can watch some for free and then sign up if you want.
Yeah, totally. So actually, this is my next question, because I want to ask to you a lot of questions. I can give a lot of information to just people just like start in this kind of field. So we're talking about the blue avians, we're talking about Pleiadian, Arcturians, and then the reptilian, the Draco. So we're talking about so many different civilizations, and then we're talking about like the Kabbalah, Cobra, the sphere being alien. So it may be confusing for people. So can you just like give us a little bit more information, just very simple, who are the bad guy and who are like the good guy, you know, like very simple, to have maybe a better understanding about the situation.
It's hard to tell the good guys and the bad guys are you talking about in this community? Our biggest problem is when we were genetically created, a gene sequence was put in there to make us have a need to worship.
Wow.
If someone comes in that has all of this beautiful information, people want to fall on their knees in front of them.
Wow.
The blue avians and these other benevolent beings, they're telling us, get off your knees.
Yeah.
You are the ones that you've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Don't look in the sky for a savior. Look within. That's what the positive beings are imparting to us.
Okay.
That's a good litmus test to tell what type of being you're in control with.
Okay.
Or you're in communication with.
Communication with, yeah. So what you say is, let's say we're doing meditation or we try to connect to the guide or the being. If they tell to us, look inside you, you are the one who can bring a power, etc., it means this is a positive being, right?
Right.
And if there is someone just like, oh, you have to do this, you should do this, you must do this, it may be a bad entity, right?
Yeah, the positive entities do not say, thou shalt not.
Okay.
They know we're here to experience everything that we can as a part of being a piece of that one infinite creator.
Yeah.
Now, the negative beings are very good at pretending to be positive. They'll come in and give you all this love and light information, but then sprinkle in disinformation to confuse you and keep you off of that greater path.
Okay.
So a lot of times people get to a point where like, well, I got some good information, so I trust these beings now. No. Always question the spirits, question the beings. Always be in a point of discernment. Don't fall victim to your programming to worship. One of the main reasons in the 50s that ETs stopped one-on-one visitations is that people started getting Christ complexes. They said, I must be special. I'm being visited by a heavenly being.
Wow.
I must be something. And then they start focusing on ego. And that's one of the biggest problems they have with us and why they use channeling and dreams to communicate with us. That's the biggest way they communicate with us. And almost everyone out there is in communication right now.
So does everyone can be in contact with this being?
Yeah, but what you have to understand is I found out that these positive beings, they can't just say, I want to talk to you. They approach your higher self first. And then your higher self dictates what type of contact you get, if any, and what type of preparation you need before contact. And then they'll start giving you dreams and synchronicities that'll start to get you ready before you have face-to-face contact. But what most people don't realize, they're like, how come I don't get to see ETs? It's your higher self that's preventing it.
So how we can be more in touch with the higher self? How we can really discover a higher self?
By going inwardly. The number one thing to get contact with your higher self is first to start focusing on all those things about yourself that you've hidden, all the traumas that have happened to you. You've got to face those, focus on those, and heal those traumas and begin to face these different ideas you have from experiences. When you start doing that, you are in communion with your higher self. And as those things get dealt with, it's more of a direct communication with the higher self.
Wow. It's really deep what you're sharing with us. In my understanding, let me know if I'm wrong, but like it's like a light worker, right? And by being a light worker, it means really figure out all the shadows first, right? So it's like dig deep into the shadow and clear everything.
Heal the inner child.
Yeah, inner child.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. You will progress. I've had a lot of people, they're like, a lot of people are praying to the blue avians.
Yeah.
And that's not what they're here for. They're telling you to look inside, And a lot of people are like, why does Corey get to talk to God Almighty or these angelic beings? But they need to understand that it has not been a comfortable process. They're always telling me, all of these negative things about myself. I never get a pat on the back. They're like, one of the biggest things they hit me with is I didn't realize how manipulative I had become. And I guess the law of one talks about how humanity has a major problem differentiating love and control.
True.
And I was stuck in that paradigm. Being an intuitive empath, I can read people very well. And I grew up in a very traumatic childhood. So the only control I had in life was manipulating my environment. And then it became such a part of my personality that I didn't realize it. And these beings, they didn't just tell me, you're a manipulative jerk. They showed me from the age of about 11 up until now, all of my manipulation, it happened all at once.
Wow.
All of the manipulation I did, and how much I had affected free will in others.
Wow.
And it made me literally sick. I was
Wow.
ill. And then I get to where I'm like, okay, that's a pretty big one. I got that. I worked on that.
Yeah.
I've got it under control.
Yeah.
They hit you with another one.
Yeah.
So it's like boom, boom, boom.
It's always.
Yeah. So people
you
out there
think
think
you're done
that
with something, and
people think that I'm just like
Yeah.
these angelic beings. No, I mean it's an ego slap every time.
Yeah.
You know? It's-
Wow.
People need to realize that. Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, sure, totally. I want to end with just two more questions. So, what's your personal advice to, like, what's the next step for the humanity, and what's your personal advice if we want to grow more, if we want to really evolve? And do you think it's possible to reach a point we will have one day a very spiritual community on Earth, like during the Atlantis?
We have to reach critical
how
mass.
we can.
We do have to reach critical mass. We've started working with Cobra and a bunch of different groups to do mass meditations. Our co-creative mass consciousness is the magic that is used against us by the dark forces. By focusing thought, energy, and then the catalyzing effect of emotion. Emotion is what really does it.
Yeah.
Is what causes things to happen. And if they mind control us, use fear and religions and all this stuff, they are forcing us to use our powers against us to manifest the world that they want.
Yeah.
The first step is we've got to go inwardly. I started working with Gerald O'Donnell on, he did remote viewing, but we've developed a course of connecting with your higher self and meditation. And you can find that at cosmiccocreation.com.
Yeah, okay.
But there are a lot of people doing similar things. The more we come together, do mass meditation, peaceful demonstrations, requesting hidden technologies to be released. Don't talk about aliens. When we come together as a community, because we all, like I said, we all have our different UFO belief systems.
Yes,
true.
True.
The Arcturians came here 500,000 years ago, and that, or we don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But what we do need to do is take those belief systems, put them aside, and focus on our common goal of disclosure. Because when we get that, I think all of us are going to find out that we were wrong to some degree.
Wow.
And we'll be in the same boat as the general population.
Yeah.
About learning these new things.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much, Corey, for all this information. I really hope, guys, you enjoy this interview. It was really amazing. How people can find you actually and like follow you or watch more your videos if you want to share with us.
Sure. Yeah. I have a vlog video called Goode Vlog.
Okay.
On YouTube. I have Sphere Being Alliance on YouTube. And then my main website is spherebeingalliance.com.
Yes.
And as I stated before, if you want to watch Cosmic Disclosure, go to blueavians.com.
Okay, cool. I will add all this information, guys, on the description of the videos. Corey, thank you very much for today. It was really amazing to meet you and to have this interview with you. Really appreciate your time. And final word, or do you want to share something more?
Well, I guess I'll go back to what the Blue Avians have been saying. It's time to get off your knees, to look inwardly, to stop looking to the sky for saviors, and to change the world one person at a time, that one person being yourself.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was awesome.
My pleasure. My
yeah,
pleasure.
really.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.